I actually have a degree in fashion design, so I can sew things and I can make clothes. It just makes me want to do it, and I know I can't do it because it would literally kill me. I've cried so much this weekend, like happy tears. But this is basically like a labour of love while I was watching Love Island. Oh my goodness, Gary, I'm so tired. We had Tasha's wedding this weekend. Genuinely one of the best weekends ever. Like, her wedding was beautiful. She looked ridiculous. Like, she just looked so good. Like, I cannot tell you how unreal she looked as a bride. Like, you know when you just see someone and you're like, you were meant to be a bride. Like, she just looked so naturally, like, meant to be a bride. She just looked unreal, and the wedding was beautiful. Her and Tom were like just perfection, and like, see, you know when you just, like, I was saying this to James earlier, you know when you obviously see your friends with their partner all the time, but at one point in the night I was like just looking at the dance floor and I saw her and Tom together in their own little world, and I was like, that's exactly I've cried so much this weekend, like happy tears. But I was like, that's what you would just want for your best friend, like when they're in their own world and they just look like they are just having the best time. Everyone was just having the best time. Like, it was just a really, really, really fun wedding. And today, I'm not going to lie, we spent all of yesterday basically on the sofa, apart from I did do a 12k run. Don't know how. Today I'm planning to just catch up on work. So I'm editing YouTube videos pretty much all day, sorting out my social media for the day, getting that on top of everything. Then I need to tackle client stuff later on. But I've basically got the night to myself, so I think I might try and gate crash one of my friends' houses and just turn up to watch Love Island final, because why not? Why not just turn up? I feel like, or do I just stay home and have a night to myself? I don't know. I'm just so tired lately. I don't know what it is, but I'm really struggling to like wake up in the mornings. Normally I'm like a 6 a.m-er, and recently like I just haven't been getting up early. But getting up to even go to the gym at 7:30 has been a struggle. Today we went at 8:30, 9. So I just need to get back into my routine of like in bed by 10:30, wake up by 6, get back on it, because I do feel like the more I sleep, the more tired I get. And also my diet definitely has not been the best recently, which contributes massively. She says while making a toasty, because we bought a toasty maker and I found some spaghetti hoops in Aldi, so I thought, let's do it. Guys, this room is just a bit of a chaos zone at the moment, because obviously we put the bed up for my mum. This room always looks so funny when there's a bed plopped up in the middle of it, because obviously when my mum comes to stay, she needs somewhere to sleep. So her bed is just like, you know, plopped in the middle. And I'm just trying to get myself ready to go, because I've got to go see a client quickly. But I'm having that period of time again where I want to swap the rooms back over. James has told me under no circumstances am I allowed to do so. But I do want to, and I know that's really silly and I know I shouldn't, but I feel like when the bed's here it makes sense, because you can have the bed like central to the window, like bedside table either side. I don't know, I just makes me want to do it. And I know I can't do it because he would literally kill me. But he's told me this is not moving around again now until we buy somewhere or move out of this flat, because we have to dismantle these wardrobes to move them. And I actually don't know if they'll fit with that anymore because that's new, but I want to swap them back and he is not happy about it. I feel like when this room is the bedroom, I don't know, it's like, it's not the better solution per se, but it is the bigger room, which makes sense for it to be a bedroom. And whenever I see videos that I filmed where I filmed them in there for like, you know, whatever it is that I've done, I always prefer that room in like content, although it's not as easy for me to film content in there. But then I guess it would be because now I don't have my desk. Basically, moral of the story is he's not letting me change it back over, but my mum's coming to stay, so the bed is up, and she basically just stays in here. It's a mess and I still need to finish sorting it because this is the reason I don't like it. This room is the dumping room. It's where everything gets thrown. It was the same when it was our bedroom, and there's just something about this specific room that it's like off to me, and I don't know how to explain it other than like the energy of this room is just off, and I don't like spending time in here. And I think you should like spending time in your bedroom, which is why we swapped it, because I do prefer the other room. Let me give you a quick overview of right now. So this is basically what it looks like. It's much bigger in person than I think it looks on videos, but this is my side. So we've obviously got my wardrobes. I've moved the mirror to here. This is the vintage suitcase, which does need to go in the cupboard, but at the moment I can't be bothered to try and fit it in. Obviously we've got some leftover bits that need putting away. There's some boxes up there that need putting away, but for the most part, not too bad. It's just bits need putting away. The mirror used to be here, and then I swapped it. I do keep walking over to this corner though, thinking the mirror's there, and it's obviously moved. But I moved it because this chair looks really cute in this corner. And then we typically put the bench under the window, but the bench can't go. I don't love it in here. It does annoy me a little bit because it gets used as a dumping space. But the bench is really handy because we use it when we make the table bigger in the living room to seat people. So it's kind of like extra seating when we have Christmas and stuff. So it's handy for that. We don't use it a whole ton, but it is quite handy to have. And to be honest, it used to be at the end of the bed. So it made sense when it was at the end of the bed. Obviously now it's not, but I'm going to put it at the end of here for now. And then this side is just like the broken TV that James won't let me take to the tip because he's convinced we can fix it or do something with it. It needs to go. It pisses me off that it sits here. This also needs to go in his cupboard, but he hasn't got around to doing it for days. So that's just sat there. These are like the James problems. And then this part is the me problem. So I've shoved stuff down the bottom of there, and like it's messy. It's messy. I don't like it. I don't think it looks great. I don't love it. I also, in hindsight, really wish that I got the wooden, like the wood effect wardrobes instead of white, because I personally prefer the wooden effect, but I thought white would brighten the space up a little bit when it was in the other room. Now I kind of wish I'd gone for the wooden ones just because I think they look more cohesive with this room. Like I think this room, where we've got all the wooden stuff on one side and all the white stuff on the other side, it just looks a bit disjointed. Whereas I think if that side had different doors, like if I got the wooden doors and then fit the same handles on, which actually would match and it would be fine, I feel like that would look better. So I am toying with the idea of just buying new doors for the wardrobes, but not getting rid of the wardrobes and changing them all completely, if that makes sense, because the inside, quite honestly, I don't think anyone needs to see. Like, it's the inside of the wardrobe, it doesn't matter, but the outside I do think would make more sense if they were brown. I think this room would feel cozier, I think it would feel nicer, but then I've got the other issue of like, if I do brown doors, then the shelving unit's wrong, but we have a brown shelving unit in the living room, which is what's the bookshelf at the moment, but I like it. Basically my taste is changing in home decor since I moved in 4 years ago. And I don't love the all white vibe anymore. Like, that's why I got the little multicolored like baskets up the top, which actually adds so much to this room, but I just want it to be a little bit more life, you know? And I am actually going to get some bedding that matches those. So I want to get some bright coloured cushions, like some bright pink cushions or something, or like, you know, the burgundy and pink striped bedding, or like a fun like pink or burgundy bedding that matches, because I think it will look quite nice when it's like made up as a bed, and then I can keep the cushions out for like, you know, whatever. But I need to go because I am actually going to be late. Down over here. This camera sometimes is a little bit frustrating because it likes to track you, but sometimes it doesn't track you in the best ways. So like when I move it around, it just goes a bit funny, or it does this thing where it like, sometimes I feel like it does this weird light flickery thing, or it doesn't go straight like right now. Like I calibrated it, see, there's like a light flicker here. I don't understand why, and also the camera's not straight. I'm so confused. I think we've calibrated, I'm not sure. It's just, I think using a gimbal as an everyday camera can sometimes be a little bit faffy. And don't get me wrong, I love the DJI Pocket so much, like the Osmo that I've got, but it is just a little bit of getting used to after having the G7X for so long. I love the G7X, and it is a really great camera. But for every day and like running around and stuff, I do just find this one so much easier
because I'm just not someone who remembers to vlog very often, and having the automatic stand and stuff really helps. But what do we think of the quality? Because I feel like I've done a few vlogs now where I've used it. Like, do you notice a change in the quality? Do you notice a change in how much more you can see in the screen? Because I feel like before I was very close to camera kind of all the time because it is a bit more zoomed in, whereas now I feel like you get a bit more of a view. Could be wrong in that. You can just see a little bit more, which is nice. But I'm just making myself a really quick spot of lunch. So I've just done, when I say quick, I mean like I'm throwing this together. I basically just launched some spicy katsu sauce in with some noodles, and then I'm just popping some tofu in. Very minimal effort. Also highly aware I'm wearing a white dress. It's a terrible idea to do like stir fry with sauce on a day when I'm wearing a white dress, but I just need to be quick with it because I have therapy this afternoon today instead of my typical Monday, because my mum was meant to be coming yesterday, but she's now coming today instead. So we planned it for this afternoon thinking that would be a better option. It's not actually ended up being a better option, but it's fine. I'm just going to try and get on some client bits for a couple of hours. I say a couple of hours, it's like an hour and a half. And then once I've done the client bits, I can just go to therapy, come home. My mum should be here not long after I get back. And then I think we're going to go to Hobbycraft because, like I said last week, I really want to look at sewing machines. I fancy getting myself a sewing machine because I've obviously got, I don't know if many people know this, I feel like if you've watched me for a long time you do, but I actually have a degree in fashion design, so I can sew things and I can make clothes. Like I actually have in my past lives, oh no, potentially got cat on myself, there was some on my finger. For God's sake, that was inevitable, wasn't it? But yeah, in my past life I made clothes. So if you go back on my vlogs when I was at uni, I don't know if there's many actually, because I did have a separate vlogging channel at one point, which I deleted everything from, which I'm really annoyed I did because I would love to be able to go back and look at those, but it was when everyone used to have like a separate vlog channel, and I had a separate vlog channel, which now obviously I don't. I just do it all in one because I personally prefer vlogging than anything else. I just find it hard to like vlog and do all the other platforms at the same time. Anyway, I digress. Basically, I know how to sew, so my idea was to just like start trying to see what I can do with a sewing machine again, and not necessarily making things per se. Like I want to, you know, buy some clothing patterns and like make some random dresses or like easy things to make, because I think that I should use the skill I've got. But I just thought it'd be fun to have for like, you know, altering trousers, or if there's like a certain thing that I think would be really cute, I can just make it. Like if I've got fabric of something and I want to make a scrunchie, or, you know, just like random things like that. So I very much want to buy one. I just need to work that out. I did think about doing like another beginner's sewing course, and then I thought, this is ridiculous. I do not need a beginner's sewing course. I literally know what I'm doing. I just think it'd be fun to do it again, to be honest. Basically going to look at sewing machines. And I also want to just see what wool they've got and stuff, which I do have. My passion for knitting is new. I don't know if anyone knows that I knit. I basically, my mum loves knitting, and I just had like a random ball of wool that I bought from Aldi before and was like teaching myself how to do it. And then I just thought, you know what? I'm going to make myself a like big cozy blanket for the winter that can live in the living room, because we're trying to slightly add some colour into our space, and this is one of the colours I wanted to add because I think it's really nice. It doesn't really go with our sofa, but I just really like the deep green colour. I honestly got this, I don't even know when I got this, but it was like, God, like September last year or something ridiculous. It was a long time ago. It was the only colour I liked in all of the wool they had in Aldi, and I thought, you know what, we're gonna just do it. It's not the best. It is a bit, you can kind of see it's a bit like handmade. I would say arguably it got better, so like you can see the chunk where I got better, although I did completely change the stitching over. So there's like a couple where there's like, you can see there's like a bit here where I just didn't really know what I was doing, and then it's carried on. But this is basically like a labour of love while I was watching Love Island, and I've got 10 balls of wool. You know when you just past you does something really ridiculous? Past me decided that I was going to buy 10 balls of wool and do it. So past me bought 10 balls of wool, and now I've committed. And I have like a lighter one as well that's like a more neutral colour, which I thought I would make into like a cushion cover because I didn't have tons of it, and put it as one of the cushions on the sofa, and maybe like knit like Noel or something and have like a Christmassy cushion. That's my thought. Or like I could put a pumpkin on the front or something. Like stitch Hello Pumpkin or so. I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun to try it and see what I can do. But I feel like I'm falling back in love with like the random things in the evening that are things that keep my hands busy but keep me off my phone. So like I'll sit and watch TV and I'll just knit because it keeps my hands occupied while I'm paying attention to the TV. So it's like active rest because I'm resting and I'm chilled and I'm off technology, but I've got like a show in the background as some noise, because I find sometimes just reading a book or just like watching TV, I can't just focus on one thing. I have to have like 2 things on the go, which I know sounds silly, but ADHD brain.
You are my sun. You are my sunshine. You are my sun. Red and white. You are my sun. You are my sunshine.
You're not really going anywhere.
You are my sun. Red and white. You are my sun. You are my sunshine. You are my sun. Red and white. You are my sun.
Where are you?
You are my sunshine.
Hello gang. I actually haven't vlogged in a while. Basically my mum got here and then it became a little bit chaotic because yesterday she got here, we had food, we chilled, whatever, and then we went to Hobbycraft because I picked up a new sewing machine, which you may be able to see behind me, because if you didn't know, I think I talked about this before, but I have a degree in fashion design, so we got a sewing machine. I just went for the Hobbycraft 19S, went and picked it up last night because they didn't have that specific model online and I really wanted that specific model. So I picked that up yesterday. We've been paddleboarding today, which was fun. We went to Hampton Court to do it, which was really, really nice. But I thought I'd quickly show you these bits and then, yeah, just give you a little haul. I did have some other bits turn up, but I forgot to keep hold of them to show you, but I thought we'll show these anyway. So this is a little parcel from Clinique. So we've got the Set the Day makeup setting spray. I feel like this is new. I've never seen this before. Is it new? Yeah, new setting spray. So I've got that one, which apparently is 5% aloe water, and then Take the Day Off balm. I have got the Take the Day Off oil at the moment, and I really, really like it, but the balm is also really good. I've tried this before and I really like it. So to be honest, handy because mine's about to run out. And then I've also got some bits from another version, which I'm really excited about actually. I hope they've sent me smalls. Yeah, they have. So bits from another version. They've just relaunched and their stuff is so soft and comfy. I absolutely love their bits. I've got so many of them. So first up, we've got some little shorts. These are little brown shorts. I always go for size small from them and they fit really well. Sometimes they are a little bit tight on the leg, but these look like they look quite loose and stretchy, which is really good. And I think they've changed the fabric slightly because they feel really soft. Their second skin stuff is also amazing. Like, it's just really comfy. Then I've got the little wraparound cardi, which is so cute. Oh, she's tight on the arms. She's very tight on the arms. Oh, I might have to sell them. This is a bit tight on the arms. But it's just like a little wraparound cardi for Pilates. I do think I'm going to need a small though, because this looks like it's going to be a bit too, like it's almost not coming round like enough, you know? So I might swap that one for a small, not an extra small. So that's that, and it's got armholes as well, which is really cute, it's got little thumb holes. And then, so that's like a cute little set, and then they also sent over the sports bra. So this is the sports bra that matches as well. So it's like a little brown number. I think it's really cute though, because then you've got like the set, but then you've got the little wraparound that goes over the top, which is quite cute. And then we've also got this one, which is in there, is it called Bone? I feel like it's called Bone. I'm not sure, but it's their little cream set. So we've got cream shorts and then a little cream sculpt jacket, which I thought would be so cute for runs. So it's just really sweet. So I might wear this to the gym tomorrow. I feel like this with like a little white sports bra underneath would be really cute because it's cream, and then obviously the white kind of matches, kind of doesn't. But yeah, that's basically a little haul of those bits. I'm going to message them about that top though, because I do feel like that was a bit small. Or are they meant to be that tight? I feel like they're not meant to be that tight.
No, that's very tight, that one. Have you
Just
got
very
spare-
tight on the arms. They're in there, I think. It's Friday afternoon, and this week has been a busy old week. I feel like having my mum here just made everything suddenly from Tuesday to Friday just flew by. But hopefully you enjoyed seeing all the little like paddleboarding and stuff. I'm actually going to try and vlog some of Sunday, because tomorrow we've got a wedding to shoot, because we do the wedding content creation as well. Today has been a bit of a day, like basically just sat on the sofa. I am actually going to set up though. So James did dinner last night, and I think I'm going to set up dinner on the balcony tonight so that we can have like a nice little dinner date together, because he should be home I think some point soon. It's like 5 o'clock, but I thought it might be quite nice to just set up a cute dinner on the balcony and make like a pasta or fajitas or something. I don't really know. I'm gonna see what we've got in the cupboards, because we're back to trying to use up everything we've got. I every now and again do this because I feel like it's really easy when you go to the food shop without looking at what you've got to overbuy stuff or like buy things that don't make sense together, or like you end up with bits but not a proper meal. I feel like you understand what I mean by that. But we've got a lot of stuff, and I feel like we need to start using up some of the stuff. Like we've got random sauces or spice mixes or like rice and whatever. So I think we're going to try and just use through what we've got and only buy like proteins and the vegetables, so that everything that's like a dry thing, like your pastas, your rices, sauces, like whatever, we don't really need any of that for a while. But we do have a lot of veggies and like chicken and stuff that needs using up as well. So once that's used up, I think we'll just try and see if we can make food that goes with what we've got in the cupboards, rather than just like fully making all new meals, because it's just getting a bit chaotic. And we have the world's smallest amount of cupboard space. Like the kitchen, I feel like it looks bigger than it is, but we realistically only have like 2 cupboards for food. So one is a normal size cupboard and one is a thin cupboard that's basically all of our like spice mixes and like oils and whatever, and then the fridge. And that's literally all we've got, apart from one tea and coffee cupboard, which is like tea, coffee, proteins, like hydration sachets, etc. So it's really, really limited. And all the other cupboards, like there's literally, looking at cupboards, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cupboards, but technically 5 because 2 are halves. Let me tell you, living with this little cupboards stresses me. That's the one thing about this flat that I really don't like, and I feel like it's kind of the same with all flats. Your kitchen space is so minimal. So like our actual floor space of the flat is bigger than if we'd moved into a 2-bedroom house. I feel like it's not, the kitchen's just not big enough. Arguably, I would say my flat in Wembley, if you guys remember the flat in Wembley, that kitchen was unreal, but we had a smaller I had a smaller living room, and I feel like I needed a happy medium. Like if the kitchen was even just like another island in the middle, and then the living room, like that would have been, I don't know, I just feel like it could have used a bit more space. But then I was also blessed with the biggest kitchen in a flat ever in the last flat. Like I had so much counter space and a massive island, and it was great. And it was great for hosting and stuff as well, because I just had so much space. But here it's definitely a bit more tricky. And we've definitely filled it in the 4 years we've lived here. Like we've really filled. Have we lived here 4 years or 3 years? I moved in 2021 to 2022 to 2023 to 2024 to 2025. Yeah, so I'm going into my 5th year living here. August 21 to 22 to 23 to 24 to 25. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, I've lived here a long time and I don't plan to live here all that much longer. But I say that every year because I really want to move, and every time we go to move, something crops up, or like mortgage rates go up, or there's no houses around that are suitable, or like just there's a million and one things that just prevent us from doing it. And it's so frustrating when all you want to do is like buy somewhere. But I know the right thing will come in time, and like I've said it a million times in videos, but we're not lucky enough to have family who can help us. So like we don't have anyone giving us money, we don't have any like inheritance, or you know, parents giving us 20 grand or whatever to put towards a house. So it is just a lot harder, and obviously not working like fully conventional jobs is also quite tricky for that as well. But yeah, god, I need to go let someone out of the studio and I'm dreading it. They've been really difficult and I'm just dreading it because they've just been a nightmare. I'm just going to get over and done with.